Just 2 matches separate us and the promised land of the Football League. Will we get there at the first time of asking? The playoffs starts and ends today. Hartlepool up first, hopefully a final to follow. Let's run the intro and get straight into things. Yes, folks, how is it going? And welcome back to Park to Prem. It is the end of season number 1. It's episode number 7, and today we're hopefully going to end things on a high. That's the hope. And as I've already teased, there is possibly 2 games today, definitely 1 game. That game that we have today is against a Hartlepool team that we have beaten twice in the league, but in the FA Trophy, I did lose them on penalties. Hartlepool actually started the season red hot. They were top of the table, I think, after about 10 games played. They dropped down as the season went on. This game that we lost to them away from home was not a great performance, to say the very least. The silver lining for us today is we're at home for today's game. And should we navigate that game, of course, it's a single-legged tie. We will have the playoff final from Wembley. The winner goes to League 2. The loser is stuck in this hellish division for another year. The National League is just a brutal league, with only the 1 automatic promotion spot, and let's be frank, a bit of a lottery of a playoff. Any team can get promoted. The fact that Hartlepool, who finished 12 points behind us, finished 6th, are playing us now, is kind of testament to the fact that no matter how far down the playoffs you finish, you have a chance of making it far. If you were wondering, Jack, what happens if you lose this game to Hartlepool? What's the plan? I've not planned for it. So let's just beat Hartlepool and worry about Sutton and Forest Green. One of those 2 in the final. Now, in terms of team news for today's game, we are at full strength. We are playing, of course, our 3-5-2. In the centre of the defence, we have Hockham Hall, Spencer Addons and Johnson. These 3 players, they've all now got nice links to one another. Of course, Spencer Addons has been our little secret weapon. 10 goals for this man from centre-back has been, well, largely down to set pieces. In fact, entirely down to set pieces. He is a massive player with great jumping reach. The kind of player that maybe can be a difference maker in a tight game. Expecting at least one of those kind of games today. Out on the left and right hand side of the defence, of course, we've got Pi, the new kid on the block. Had a really good last episode playing left back for us. Plenty of assists for him. 5 in 9 games. Of course, Robinson has been here from the start of the season. He might not be here come the end of the season. He is averaging more than 1 assist per 2 games. So a player who can produce, well, consistently. Apparently he enjoys big matches. I hope he enjoys today's game. In the centre of the midfield, fairly simple here. Dowling comes in to play at defensive midfielder. Of course, he is a player who couldn't play defensive midfielder at the start of the season. He can play it now. He loves big games. And alongside him, a player who doesn't love big games, but is what arguably our best player. Callum Hume here is absolutely incredible. 14 goals, 9 assists from defensive mid as a regista is just a really, really solid return. He has been so consistent to the way that we play, takes all our set pieces too. Gonna hope that he can step up in a way that his profile and his cons suggest he won't be able to. And then finally we come to the front 3. They have 56 goals between them across the season. They've pretty much been locked in to these spots. Thorndike is going to play as our centre attacking mid. A player who, when he plays well, but as you can see from his form, he's not the most consistent of players in the world. And up top, we've got Overton, we've got McGlynn. 2 players who I didn't really envisage at the start of the season were going to be playing alongside one another, but with us pivoting to the 2-striker system, they're the men I need to find a breakthrough with today. Both have 19 goals each. What I will say is Overton has consistently popped up with big goals at big moments. He's still improving, the 19-year-old. I'm going to hope he can show up today. As for our opposition, Gary Medine is the key player for Hartlepool. Gary Medine is a player who I feel like has been around forever. He is on almost £8,000 a week. Hartlepool are paying this guy the big bucks. 16 jumping reach, 16 heading. That is something to fear. 14 goals in 25 games. Considering our susceptibility from set pieces, little bit concerned. Of course, Sutton are playing in that other game. They finished 3rd in the league behind us in 2nd. You know what? I think the league should just abolish the playoffs and give the 2nd place team the promotion spot. Not that I'm saying that, of course, because we came 2nd or anything. Anyway, we're going to hop into this game. I'm nervous. I'm excited. If we do lose today, we'll just waffle about the team for the second half of today's episode. Maybe start to plan the transfer special that no matter what will be happening tomorrow. I've just noticed Gary Medine is not playing for them. Why? Is he injured and I missed it? Doesn't look like he's in. Is he tired? Why Why are they not playing him? You know what? I'm not going to question it. Thank you, Football Manager. One day, Football Manager will nail the team selection AI, won't it? To be fair, Hartlepool probably did have to play, of course, in their quarterfinal of the playoffs prior to this, fairly recently. I think that was a midweek game. So there might be a little bit of tired legs here that we can look to capitalise on. Speaking of which, Overton is bursting in behind, going almost entirely on his own until the end. The keeper denies him. Halfway through this first half, it's been cagey. 1 shot on target, 2 shots for us, no other shots in the entirety of this game. We've had 61% of the ball. They are playing a really, really narrow shape. I feel like with that in mind, I want to change things up here. I'm going to tell our players to look wider, look for overlaps, and in terms of in transition, let's get it to the flanks quickly, rather than playing it to our centre-backs, who I think probably are being man-marked by kind of their 3 attacking players versus our 3 at the back. Let's try and get it to the full-backs, because I feel like that is an area where if we stretch the pitch wide against a diamond, we can maybe cause some issues. Gray shoots. Rose saves it. That was a nervy highlight right after making tactical changes. There's still the corner to deal with here. I've already identified Medine is not in the match squad today, who's their big threat in the air, but, well, let's be honest, big threats haven't been what's needed to score against us from corners. Rose with another save. He is coming to our rescue. Not for the first time this season. Still another corner to deal with. I am thoroughly not enjoying this. I wanted us to get a nice early goal or two, relax a little. Connor Wickham, of all players in their team, free header goes over. It's a goal kick. Hockenhull with a free kick for us. Gives it to Dowling, wide to Johnson, looking to use those wider areas. Robinson, Dowling, drifting wide with the ball himself. Of course, our wing-backs do naturally stay wide anyway, despite the fact I tell the team to play narrow. But I'm looking for that extra bit of width. And oh my word, what a finish by Overton. What an assist by Sabin Robertson. We find a breakthrough in this game with 5 minutes left of the first half. Dowling to Johnson, that decision just to try and play a little bit wider, working out. But what is that cross? And then this header, bonus points, not bonus parts. Bonus points hitting the woodwork. I can't even get my words out. I'm stressed. I'm a little more relaxed now. 1 minute left of this first half. Why is there another highlight? Then again, you know what? Overton's in possession. I'm fine with this. Thorndike gives it back to Overton. Players queuing up in the middle. Could go on his own. Probably shouldn't have gone on his own. The keeper denies him. Robinson still has it. Dowling back to Robinson. Could we make something more happen? Not with a good tackle like that. 1-0 at the break. Not exactly the most convincing of performances thus far, but we're dominating possession, and now the onus is going to be on Hartlepool to attack and bring the ball forward. In doing that, I'm going to hope they leave themselves susceptible to counters. I don't feel like I need to change anything too radically just yet. We look okay in this game. Hour played here, still 1-0. I'm going to bring in some fresh legs here. McGlynn on a 6.4 has been awful in this game. Pharrell Williams, on you come. Elsewhere, Thorndike's not been his best either. I'm going to bring in Sellers just for those fresh legs. I feel like they are critical at this moment in time. I do still have one more sub if I want to use it. Connor Pye's not having the best game at left back, but I feel like I've got to look beyond that. I need to hold on to at least one more sub for now. And well, I'm going to hope that with a few reinforcements in the final third, that injection of fresh legs, we can just get that second goal that would help me just enjoy myself a little bit more. Overton into a wide area, crosses it in. The net rippled. I thought Williams had scored. He's hit the side netting. Going to switch our mentality, I think, to cautious here and also just look to slow down the tempo, up the time wasting. I just want us to kill off this game. 20 minutes to hold on. When you look at the match momentum, safe to say that we deserve to be winning this game. And yet, at 1 goal up, it is not done yet. Hartlepool now in possession. Of course, with a switch into cautious, we're not going to overcommit men up the field. We're maybe going to sit a little deeper when we have the ball and without it, and invite a long shot like that. Sorry, it's one of the best goals I've seen all season. White bangs it in, and I feel like tactics can't account for that. What is that? Slogger gives it to White here, and it's I don't know what to say. It's an amazing goal that brings them level, and suddenly the whole time wasting thing, I'm going to have to turn it off. I don't feel like that's the reason that we've conceded there. But back to plan A, and if we score now, plan A will be maintained. Hume is over a free kick, 10 minutes left. It's 1-1. We need a hero. That is not a heroic free kick. Young, though, with the goal kick. You know what? Don't take your seat. It's not over yet. The ball being played around the back here by Hartlepool, who are going to look to switch it. Imagine if they get a second goal now. In a game where they've done absolutely nothing, it'd feel like a robbery. The nature of that goal, though, that they've scored is the kind of goal that can inspire a comeback. It can kill hopes and dreams. And, well, our players need to dust themselves off and get ready for a scrap, because we are fighting for what is left of this game for the win. They're making us chase shadows. If we win the ball back, we could be in a great area and a great opportunity, I suppose, to launch the counter-attack. There could be a chance here. Sellers, Robinson, already one assist to his name. Can he get to the byline and get a ball in? He pulls it to Overton, who goes down in a heap. A penalty's been given. Unlike against West Ham, VAR can't intervene. And now we have a chance. George Dowling is over it. He has been our best penalty taker this year. Can he score? He can't. I can't believe it. I have to keep... There's the microphone here, Jack. I need to talk into it. I can't have a mental breakdown off to the side. It's 1-1. There's 5 minutes left. There is absolute drama here in the playoffs. A missed penalty. And I'm fuming. Hockenhall to Pie. I mean, if we score now, I feel like Football Manager's just messed with me. If we concede now, I'm going to be... I don't know if fuming's going to cover it. I've just given Dowling a new deal. Would it be wrong to release him or sell him in the summer for that miss? That penalty there could define our season. And yet, if we could now get a goal, it would show some character. Overton's effort is saved. We're on the front foot still. Corner here, far side. It's Humey. Where is number 4? Spencer Addons is there. We try and bait all their defenders to the near post. On this occasion, it's cleared away. Sellers, can you manifest something? No. Knows the answer. How much added time is there going to be if this game goes to it? I need to do a shout of demand more. I'm fuming. Look at the match momentum. That one worldie is the only reason they have a goal. 4 minutes of added time here. Is this game going to extra time? It is. Extra time here. It's 1-1, and I don't know how it's 1-1. I mean, I'm going to tell the players it's not good enough. Do I get an extra sub now if I want it? Yeah, I do get an extra sub if I want it. I was thinking about bringing on someone for Pie, but I don't actually have a left back unless I want to bring in Kwamina, which I don't want to do. I'm going to bring in Harlock for Dowling, who missed the penalty. Josh Chambers could come in for Hume. Hume's been so good this year, but he is absolutely exhausted in this game. I feel like I've got to take him off, bring in the fresh legs of Chambers. He's not actually the worst regista in the world, Chambers. Every attribute except flair is above a 10, which I feel like is adequate for this level. Harlock is going to be playing at defensive midfielder. To be fair, he's not even that good at defending. Do we go with double defensive deep line playmaker kind of players? No, you know what? Segundo Volante. That's sexy. That's exciting. Let's use the physicals. I feel like actually getting Harlock up the pitch in this game against a tiring midfield could be the play. They have now also switched to a 4-4-2. I don't know if they were playing that much sooner and I've just not noticed. I want our players to play through the middle now. I want to try and cause them issues, overwhelming them in the centre of the pitch. If they've got 2 centre mids, without 2 defensive mids and our centre attacking mid, I feel like there's a battle there in the midfield that we can look to win. We should be able to outnumber them, and that is what we are going to aim to do here. There is, 25 minutes and counting left of our season. Harlock into the team, winning the ball nicely, and now the ball's played towards Overton, who has pace, of course, but not enough pace after 94 minutes to get on the end of that, though. The ball not cleared away yet. Chambers on off the bench. Imagine if he scores a banger. I thought it was in. I saw the net move. It was the side netting again. And this game is torturous. I'm not enjoying this. I am not enjoying this. I've not even looked over at how the other semi-finals going on. I think it's been played at the same time as this. The ball's whipped in here. They've hit the outside of the post. I'm not having fun. 5 minutes and counting. And if you thought this game was just going to fizzle out come the end of the game, no. Both teams looking to get on the front foot, looking to score. In fact, I think the game is more open now the teams are tired. I do feel like just switching up our centre mids was the right play, though, to try and win the battle. We've won a penalty. Who's taking the penalty now that Dowling's not on the pitch? The answer is I'm putting Overton on it. Overton is the man I trust. Hume is off the pitch. Dowling is off the pitch. Overton, don't let me down, mate. Okay, Overton should now be on the penalty. Can he score? We've already missed one of these. Missing 2 penalties would just be outlandish. Please don't let me down. He doesn't let me down. He scores. Relax, everyone. We're 19 minutes away from the final. At the very least, on a penalty, you've got to hit the target. Dowling didn't manage it. Overton did. The keeper went the right way, didn't get close enough to it. Okay, half-time and extra time. I'm going to hit start the second half. Why is there immediately a highlight? Football Manager. This was meant to be the simple game today. Remember that. This was meant to be the relaxing game. The good news is we have a week till the final. So even if my players are tired, I should be able to give them a rest. And they can look to expel any energy they've got remaining in the remainder of this game. Overton has scored. Is he on? I think he's on. He scores. It's a perfect hat-trick. Left foot, right foot, header. And we're in the final. There, I said it. I might be jinxing it. I don't think I am. We have absolutely deserved this here. I hesitated to celebrate because I thought he was offside. I think so did the defence. With an XG of 4, we've got 3 goals. I think that's enough. Gabriel Overton, at the start of the year, my 4th choice striker, very quickly rose up the ranks. He has been absolutely superb today. Chambers, who's come in at Registers, looked good as well. In fact, he turned provider for that goal. They've just scored another banger. There's 4 minutes left and they've scored a free kick. Why can't this just be simple? Hartlepool with 2 goal of the season contenders in this game here. Wright has hit that free kick. Rose maybe could have done better. I feel like the 3D animations of the match engine haven't made him look very good there. There's 1 minute of added time. They're not going to score another worldie. And with that, we are deserved victors in this game. That was silly, wasn't it? That feels like an episode done in itself. There's still 1 more match today. And that match is going to be against Sutton. They were able to beat Forest Green 1-0 in the other game. In terms of when that game is played, the 4th of May, a trip to Wembley. It will be the 2 highest placed league teams in 2nd and 3rd in ourselves and Sutton playing one another. So arguably the better teams are there. We have to play better than we just did against Hartlepool. That was shocking. Gabriel Overton, give you some praise. I'm going to rest up the players. Don't go anywhere. Oh my word, I feel exhausted. There's another match. Let's get ready for it. Question, is it just me who, whenever I get the invite to do a team meeting ahead of a big game, is just scared to do it and mess it up? Maybe it's just me. I feel like I never do a good team talk here. I'm just going to tell the players I expect them to deliver. We've just finished 2nd. Okay. You know what? Overton's reacted well, so at least there's 1 sane individual here. I mean, apparently it's not good. I'll be honest, there's not loads of red angry arrows, so I'm not as concerned. If I now lose the final, I will blame it entirely on this. I'm never doing a team meeting ever again. It's my final chance to vote in the Vanarama National Player of the Year. Overton should get it. Game doesn't let you vote for your own players. I refuse to vote. And with that, we are here at the final. Sutton versus Wanderers. It's a trip to Wembley. It's a game at Wembley. In terms of the team, obviously a full week of rest was very much needed. We've been able to afford that to all of our players. I don't really want to overcomplicate anything too much here. Quamina has failed a fitness test. Also, can I have more players on the bench for this game? I thought I could. I can't. You know what? Jake Leake, you're my backup plan on the bench. He can kind of play centre-back. It'll be fine. In terms of the rest of the team, though, no changes being made. Dowling, you know what? Dowling was so bad last game. I kind of want to bring in Chambers. Chambers had a good game last time, got an assist on off the bench. You know what? This might be me harbouring a petty grudge. Dowling, you let me down, son, so you don't get to play this game. You can see here, by the way, the normal penalty takers in the team. Of course, Dowling went off and Hume went off. Trotter never plays for us. I'm going to add Overton to the list. He should probably be at the top as well. You know what? We're going to learn from our past mistakes. Dowling's down at 4th. Okay, team submitted for this game. I'll tell you what, that last game took a lot out of me from an emotional point of view. I just want a nice, simple playoff final here against Sutton. I know that that's probably not what we're going to be given here, though. Sutton are a good little team. They did have a little bit of patchy form to end the year, but they did win the crucial game in that semi-final. Their team is full of players with faces, so they must be quite good. Their key player is Tyler French, a right back. It's going to be the battle of the right backs. Is Sammy Robinson better than him? Sammy Robinson, are you better than their right back? I'm going to say yes. Okay, it's the right back. It's their... he's whipped it back post. If they score here, can you imagine? I don't want to. I mean, 2 minutes in, first highlight of the game is them having a chance against us. Isn't exactly what I want to see in this game. Then again, I suppose it's better to have the highlight and see a missed effort versus a goal being scored. And now, well, maybe we can make something happen ourselves here. Chambers, Overton, the hero of last game, shot just over the crossbar. Sims with the ball at the back for them here. 10 minutes into this game. I'll tell you what, it is not a sellout game at Wembley, is it? Sims for them is going to look to launch it forward. I back Bailey Spencer-Addons to win the ball there. He's not won it. He's caught flat-footed. Nade Sam for them is in behind. And that is just another stupidly good finish. In front of our own fans, heartbreak. Little give and go here. Civi's pass was weighted to perfection. I mean, Nadeson here shoots. There's an argument to say the keeper shouldn't be beaten at his near post. I find it hard to blame Rose there. But you know what? It's only 1-0. We have to dust ourselves off and come back from behind. Overton, can you stop shooting from range, please, son? Going to demand more of the players. Get shouty in this game. We've been in control of this game. Unfortunately, they scored once against the run of play. They could end up doing it again here. It's a corner. It's whipped near post. Alex Kirk scores. Sutton double their lead. And we're in trouble. It's a corner again. You know what? The shopping list for this summer, tall centre-backs. I know we've got a couple players coming in who are going to be better in the air. This is just an ongoing issue, isn't it? I mean, they've had 2 shots on target. They've scored 2 goals. Are Sutton about to embarrass me? Is this the kind of game we're going to have where the players just don't turn up? They've got the play here. French to Simper. Surely not another banger. Okay. You know what? I feel like we're owed that kind of miss, aren't we, after a few of the goals we've seen today? They've still only had 2 shots on target. Both shots on target have gone in. Rose for us has not been good. He might be called into action here, though. Is that an own goal off Huckenhull? I want to cry. Another year in the National League awaits us. Unless we can have a miracle. I mean, what do you say? What do you say in this moment? Boateng drills the ball in. And sometimes it's not your day. We're getting so desperate. I'm thinking I might go back to the system I played earlier on this year, but play with kind of a right attacking mid. Is that even the worst idea in the world? Thorndike, you can kind of play right attacking mid. You know what? Yeah, he can play there. I'm going back to our old system. This really is rock bottom. A goal before half-time, maybe we give ourselves a little bit of hope. I don't even feel like we've been that bad in this game, if I'm being completely honest. Not had as much the ball as I would like. We might pivot and go a bit more direct in the second half, but fundamentally, I don't feel like we've been massively outplayed. I think if we get 1 goal back and we're going to get a penalty, you know what? I think we could be okay. Overton is going to take it. He scored 1 in the last game. If he scores 1 here, this will surely be the last kick of the half. And he scores it. It's 3-1. Is it game on? Maybe. I'm still going to have to get shouty at the break. What was that? Get your act together. I feel like that is simple enough, isn't it? Do I want to change things here? I mean, we need 2 goals. I'm already fairly attacking here. I'm going to move Overton to play more attacking. I'm going to tell Chambers to go on attack as well. We're playing with a positive mentality, but with all these players in the deeper areas with attack duties, they will look to get up the pitch. As empty as the pitch might look in certain areas, we are going to have more men forward in the second half. Right, shout demand more. We need something. Our only shot on target has been that penalty, which isn't exactly ideal. Through 15 minutes of this half, we've not done nearly enough. I'm going to go more attacking. Looking at the match momentum, it's been an even game, to be honest. They've just taken their chances that have come their way, and suddenly there's 20 minutes left. I've got to think about making more changes. I think I'm going to drop Pye and Robinson deeper and bring on a centre attacking mid in Sellers. In fact, you know what? I won't bring him on at centre attacking mid. What I'm going to do is have a bit of a shuffle and bring him in on the left-hand side. Sellers can actually only play left mid. He can't play on the right. Williams, by comparison, can play on the right side. He is actually not the worst winger in the world. I feel like he could do a job, kind of. Overton's going to lead the line up top. Thorndike's going to be in behind. I'm getting a bit desperate here. In possession, let's up the directness. Look for the overlap on the left. We need to find the empty space. We need to find the gaps. In transition, quickly get it forward, and we need to counter press. We need to try and win the ball back. I hate reverting to a 4-2-3-1, but it's a system we can naturally go to, given our regular shape. This is a fairly logical transition. I want to get in another attacking player. Dropping one of our centre-backs, moving the wing-backs deeper is sensible. As Sellers hits the woodwork, he could still get another chance here from a rebound. I don't know how many times we've hit the woodwork today. It's been a fair few. I think that's the first in that game. If Sellers keeps his header down, it's a very, very different game. We now have an XG double theirs. Of course, the penalty helps with that a lot. And I've got to go very attacking. I feel like there is just time trickling away. 7 minutes left. Hume's going to have the free kick here. Gives it short. Sellers, he's hit the crossbar for a second time in a matter of minutes. Now, in retrospect, the team meeting was not good, was it? But look at the stats. Look at the momentum in this second half. We've been all over them, and we just can't find a way through. If we get one back, there's a couple of minutes to maybe get another. Williams blazes it over, and I think with that done, 6 minutes of added time is not going to amount to anything. I feel like we've absolutely battered them today, to be honest. It's a cruel mistress. I mean, 1 shot on target from 17. Okay, you know what? That is just disastrous, isn't it? That is just inexcusable. Sellers, can we hit the target this time? We can. It's hit Overton and gone in. It's offside. It's offside. It doesn't even matter. It's still 3-1. And that, I'm afraid to say, is just how the game is going to finish. 2 shots on target from 18 shots is just... It's just not good enough, is it? Individuals letting us down a little bit. One of our 2 shots on target was a penalty. An own goal was unfortunate. A good finish for their first goal. A corner. You know what? That game there was a microcosm of the games we've lost this year. I feel like there's areas of the team which we need to address. I feel like we know the problem. It's corners. I just need taller players. The transfer window opens, by the way, so that's fun. We're already over the wage budget a little bit. In fact, the budgets haven't yet been set. If there's a silver lining to that last game, I believe due to the fact that we played at Wembley. Yeah, because we played at Wembley, we do get a few £100,000 in money income. So you know what? That's good, isn't it? Yeah, 367,000. It's not quite West Ham money, is it? And you might remember those youngsters that I had already talked about signing last episode. They've all now just joined us. So the planning for the upcoming season begins. We've set lots of records for the club. It's our first season, so there's no records, so we're just breaking them all. And now the planning surely has to begin for next year. Hume, player of the year, give him some praise. I'm not in the running for manager of the year, so I'm sad about that. Board have set the wage budget, by the way, at £29,000, a transfer budget of £180,000. That's pretty nice. And now we do get to the end of season review. Today's episode has already been a little on the longer side. The 2 matches had a lot of highlights and a lot going on. The TLDR of today's episode is we're not good enough yet. Look, 6 points off automatic promotion. I feel like we're targeting top spot next year. Board expectation for this year was a top half finish. We've got some good, exciting players coming in. I'm going to try and find the positives in another season down here. Some of those youth candidates that we got in our intake might be able to play league games next year now. Here is our best 11 for the season. I feel like the distinct lack of green is kind of an indicator of the issues. There were a few very good players for us. Not enough very good players, though. Sammy Robinson won Fans Player of the Year and Young Player of the Year. His contract is up at the end of June. It's the start of May now. Does he want to sign a new deal? He wants to be a star player. He's currently earning £600 a week. How much is he going to want? If this is... If he wants £2,000, I think I just have to let him go. Our current highest earners are on £1,400 a week. Josh Harrop is our 3rd highest earner, and I need to get rid of him. Joe McGlynn's contract's expiring as well. You know what? You know, I like Sammy Robinson. I can't justify that kind of money. All I'm saying is we've got Ajaria, the young right back. I'm going to get a face pack for our regen sorted for next episode. He might be the starting right back next year. This contract's just absurd. I don't want to blow up our wage structure to sign a right back as good as he's been this year. Board expectation for next year, reach the playoffs. I'm going to be looking to go one better. End of season team meeting. Okay, look, I ballsed up the last one of these. I feel like we can do better here. You just have to tell them whatever the board have asked for, which is the playoffs. Look, now everyone's happy. I hate these people. Next episode, we are going to have our first transfer special. Between then and now, I'm going to do a little bit of squad planning, work out what we need, players I'm looking to get rid of. Tomorrow, we'll come back and hopefully build an improved team, whilst also trying to get in some of these good young players that came through our intake. Players like Andy White, apparently might be our 4th best striker. He probably would have been useful today in retrospect. Hopefully you guys did enjoy today's episode. Transfer special coming in hot tomorrow. Hope you guys are excited for it. I'll see you guys next time. It's me, Jack, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.